Hi YouTube, I wanted to do another video. This time I'm going to talk about the comfort zone and my experience with trying to build confidence. So first, I want to share a little story with you about how I try to build confidence. And this situation happened, I think, a few weeks back, maybe 2 months, something like that. And what happened was I was following one of these dating coaches on YouTube. I'm not going to name any names. It's private, right? And he was saying that in order to build confidence, you need to take things one step at a time, right? Which made sense. So, step in attention, so he used to call it, every single day, 1% each day. And eventually that 1% will lead to a huge growth over time, right? And that made sense to me. He also taught, now I find this hilarious, he also taught that you need to, when you get into a tense situation, you need to be able to ground the energy that's coming from outside of you, right? And grounding basically is just the ability to stay relaxed when you feel emotions like nervousness, anxiety, fear, like that. So I believe that. So I started to ground. I started to do it daily for 20 minutes. Feeling my legs and letting the energy run through. What I was doing was thinking a lot. Am I doing this right? This and that. And I just got stuck in my head. Right? He was saying that being present is being in your body, not in your head, which made sense, right? So back to the story. I went out every day for 7 days in order to get ready for a situation where I'd have to talk to a girl and ask her out, right? So every single day I went out to Westfield and I started to compliment women, right? Not to get anything out in return or anything like that, but just stating my truth and being honest, right? And I thought my confidence was growing, right? I was doing it often, etc. I was relaxing more. And then the time came when I had to speak to that girl. Oh boy. And I saw her. And I was fucking scared, man. I was more scared than before I started to try and build my confidence. I was literally shitting myself, right? And anyway, I did it. I approached her and I said what I said. And I was shaking like this, literally, right? Just to talk to a girl, to a human being, right? That didn't make sense. Why am I shaking in front of a human being? Why? I did not know why. I thought it's her that's causing that. It was my misunderstanding. I was shaking and I couldn't look her in the eyes. I couldn't speak properly. My voice was everywhere. I sounded like a little girl, literally, right? So then I had a voice back in my head, my gut feeling. It was telling me, just look back understood how the mind works. Look at it. Look into it again. Because at that time I stopped looking into it and took a break from it for my own reasons. And I looked back into it. And the first video I watched, how the mind works, I had an insight. And the insight was that I'm not shaking. I'm not afraid of her. I'm not shaking because of her. I'm shaking because of up here, of what's in here. I'm shaking because I think the situation is scary. This is what I thought, this is what I believed. I thought talking to a girl and there's people around, it's scary. Right? Oh my God, I can't handle that much tension. I need to build my way up slower. Just build it up the way you go to gym, small steps each day. Right? But when I saw that, I'll tell you, it no longer made any sense to keep doing what I was doing. To somehow build confidence. It made sense, right? Build confidence. But I ask you this, right? Think of any 3-year-old kid. Are they not confident? Are they not present? Do they care what people think of them? Put a beautiful woman in front of a 3-year-old. I guarantee you 100% of the time that kid will not be shy from her. I guarantee you. Because the kid doesn't have any stories about the woman. It's not afraid of what it sees. Because it just is. The kid is just being a kid. And you might think, oh yeah, kids don't understand anything. But I tell you, our natural state as human beings is to be free of our personal mind, of what's in here. Free of our insecurities. Because when we're in the present moment, insecurities don't exist. Because you're not thinking of past and future, you're in the now. You're not thinking about anything. So, confidence. As I realized if that is true, then that must be true for comfort zone as well. Because comfort zone and confidence, they're related. Right? I used to somehow believe I need to expand my comfort zone. And that will make me more confident, right? Makes sense. If I have a huge comfort zone, I'm more confident, I can handle more stuff. I can perform better under pressure from the outside world, right? But I was reading my coach's book, right, Ankush. And in there he spoke about comfort zone, the illogic of the comfort zone. And man, I tell you, it hit me, man. And all this time I was trying to build confidence, trying to make situations less scary by doing it over and over and over again. And what he pointed out in his book, for the past 5 years I believed that comfort zone exists. There's such thing as a comfort zone. And in one page he summarized all that to be fucking bullshit. And why is that? Because if our thinking creates feelings moment to moment, then if I want to talk to a girl, for example, I could feel nervous, sure, depending on the thinking I have in my head. But then I might really enjoy that. And I would say to myself, well, I thought that was going to be uncomfortable, right? But the thinking I had around it was different, so I didn't feel uncomfortable. Or I could do a simple action, like getting off a bus, and feel nervous, depending on the thinking I have in that moment. So when I saw that, the comfort zone just didn't make any more sense. Now, does that mean that I see that thought creates reality moment to moment? Does that mean I'm automatically confident? No, it doesn't. But as sure as hell, it means one thing. Imagine a magic trick, right? And you see it for the first time, it's like, wow, that's amazing. How do you do it? I want to know how you do it. And you, for a moment, if you don't know that magic tricks are not real, you might believe, oh, what I actually saw is real, right? But then the magician, he shows you, this is how it's done. And you're like, oh, you get an insight. You see how it's done. And the next time, someone else did the same trick, and now you know how it's done, how it works. You're not so surprised by it anymore. You might get fooled for 1 second that it's real, but now you know, oh, this is how it works. So then you're not amazed by it anymore. So it's the same with our thinking. We think what is out there is real. What we think that there is such thing as being scared of something outside of you, like a woman, or you want to ask this woman out and she's with 3 of her friends, and you think that is something that the situation is causing our anxiety. But when you truly have an insight about how the mind works, you will see that when you see that our thinking creates our feelings moment to moment, you will no longer be afraid of the situation. So what does that mean? The feeling might still come up, but now that you see, oh, okay, it's just thought. That's all it is. It is something that I cannot see, that is in my head, that has no form. You can't measure it, you can't weigh it. It has literally no form. It's making me feel what I feel in my body. And once you see that, you can take action, because it no longer is as scary as you thought it is, because you saw how it worked. Exactly the same as the magic trick. So that's what I think about confidence. And that's what I've seen. And as soon as I realized that my feelings, the more I realized my feelings are coming from my thoughts, the thinking I have in that moment, it just stopped making sense to try to build confidence, because I realized the situation that looks scary only looks scary in here. 50 different people might view the situation completely different. The situation has no power in of itself. So that's all I wanted to say. This video has been pretty long. Just looked at the time of how long it is. So if you have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to see me post, leave in the comments below. Of course, if you enjoyed or got anything from this video, again, leave a comment, like, subscribe, dislike if you didn't like it. Any feedback is welcome. And yeah, take care.